Hey guys, this is Villains Demand. I'm Evan the Great. This is JVD Justin Von Doom and the Bearded Wonder. Today we're going to do our first episode ever of Crossover Collision, where we take two superheroes from opposite universes and put them against each other.
Today we're covering Batman from DC Comics versus Captain America. Now, to kind of give you a rundown of what these characters are, check out their bios in our episodes of Behind the Mask. Now, as we go through these, we're trying to play out where our guys are in general, what they can do, what they carry on them. It's all in these videos from Behind the Mask. But we've got to kind of set locations where these fights would happen to kind of give you an idea of how the fight would go in that location. And, you know, location plays a lot in these fights. If you read them online, a lot of people just want to throw the guys out there. But you look at location, it gives some characters advantages and others disadvantages. And on top of that, we're adding in morale. And I guess with that, we'll go ahead and take it away. And Beard Wonder, first location.
Alright, so first location that they will be fighting is a city street.
City street. In a city street where Batman. Now, who are they? Are they meeting there, or one of them hunting the other one?
No, that's just a straight up fight. Like, I'm looking across from you. What do you think a good distance is here? 100 foot?
100 foot, yeah.
100 foot's pretty good distance.
In 100 foot, meeting the street. It's more open in the street. There are a few vehicles and buildings on the sides.
Have you ever been to a big city? There's more than a few.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. Meeting randomly like that, I feel that in that particular location, we would have, I don't know, I think Captain America would be the victor in that, for like in a street. But it could go either way. Captain America wouldn't win all the time. I think he can win most of the time in a street, like out in the street like that, because you bust down their basic things, their training, their strengths, and their fighting styles. But then when you throw in Batman's gadgets, he could equalize it with like making car alarms go off and busting glass and doing things that can maybe distract Captain America. But I think with his strength and his overall speed and having an open area to use that, I think he would win that in a close. It'd be kind of close, but I think he could win that majority more than not in a street fight like that.
I gotta agree with you too, because in an open area, for one, okay, Batman's got a grappling hook, and in a city street with the buildings and whatnot, it gives him the advantage to, I would say, be more mobile than Captain America.
Yeah.
Because he could literally shoot up buildings.
Right.
But then again, you start looking at a lot of the normal weaponry we've carried, which we've discussed this. It's normal weaponry. Most of the stuff's not going to work against him.
It's kind of ineffective.
It's very ineffective. I mean, he can't hide. Ambush tactics in an area like that are not really going to be that much effective to him. And I mean, but then again, with a shield and it's known for, ricocheting off walls, it kind of puts Captain America at a disadvantage also, in my opinion. Because it
might throw its shots off.
Yeah, it will, and Batman's got a lot of time to react to that shield coming off stuff.
Right.
I mean, because, let's just say, like Gotham. You ever been to New York City? I've been to New York City. Streets are freaking wide. If you're looking like downtown New York, you've probably got streets that are easily 90, 80 foot wide. So, I mean, if he's going to try to ricochet it off, I mean, his timing's going to have to be very, very precise.
Right.
And I think in a fight like this, it would come down to a very melee heavy fight. And I don't think Batman holds up to Captain America in a melee heavy fight.
What if Batman was able to get Cap's shield?
Well, that's true, but I mean, what's he going to do with the shield, though?
That's a good question.
I mean, Captain America literally is the master of fighting with that shield.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if you take it away from him, all right, Batman throws batarangs at him, tries to shoot him with his grappling gun. I mean, Captain America's still fast enough to react to that stuff, to get around it. I mean, speed-wise, he could even catch him. I mean, the only advantage Batman's going to have is to literally go up and attack from up high.
Or just go up and disappear.
It's true, but that would defeat the purpose of running away. But I mean, that could be a tactic, though. He could ambush him, but the fact of getting...
the fact that he can take a, like... Because I'm thinking, in most fights like this, if they're faster than you, stronger than you, you're thinking in a city street, you got taller buildings.
Yeah.
So gravity would be your friend in the fight, knock them off a building. but
But
Cap's
he's
going
gonna
to survive
that,
it
yeah.
and get right back up.
And I
keep
mean,
fighting, so-
Batman has survived from high falls too, but nowhere near the height that Captain America has from.
Right.
And it would be different if Batman carried a more deadlier arsenal of ranged weapons.
But he doesn't.
But he doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, batarangs is about as good as you get. And I mean, even though if, say, he throws a sonic one, I mean, it's still not, it might cause Captain America discomfort, depending on the frequency, but I mean, he's been shown to go through a lot worse.
Right.
And still come at you. I mean, I think not too long ago, I was reading a book where, I remember who he was fighting, they fell, and I think he broke his ribs and could barely breathe and was still moving on after he beat this guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of discomfort is not going to slow him down. His endurance is retarded.
Yes.
But I was also thinking that since his, he's connected to the back computer and stuff, if he had a supersonic batarang, would he be able to turn it up to a frequency because his cowl is insulated and stuff, keeps him from hearing the sonic frequencies? Would he be able to turn it up to enough, to a higher frequency to, like, bust Cap's eardrums and make him deaf?
Okay, well, here's the thing. We're talking morale, these characters
Would he do
on
that?
themselves. Would he do that if there's people in the street?
Right, because then it's going to hit them too.
Exactly. But no, that's actually a very effective strategy. But still, I mean, you still got to deal with Captain America while you're even trying to throw that off. I mean,
Right.
and that's the thing. Batman has a huge advantage being up high on a building if he doesn't have the shield.
Yeah.
So, this one I'm really torn about. I mean, because if Cap catches him close, I think Batman, that's the end of the fight.
I don't think he can take his hits.
No,
Even with
but
the bat suit on.
but I mean, if
They're more precise than like what Bane or somebody would do.
yeah, and it's the fact that Batman doesn't have anything that's really heavy long distance.
No.
Batarangs are only going to get you so far, and eventually he's going to run out of them.
Yeah, because, it's on
Yeah.
utility belt. You're not
So-
carrying millions of them.
And I mean, Captain America, he could throw stuff from the street, and if he timed it perfectly, I mean, that's his best bet of catching Batman in the middle of a grappling hook. Like he's like swinging across through a building. It's out where he's going to have to catch him because how's he going to dodge?
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, that's your best bet for how that fight's going to go down.
All right, so next fight will take place in an alleyway.
Okay, so street alleys. What do you got?
In a street alley, this is one of the only, I think the only locations probably, there's a few, but this is one of the locations where Batman would actually be able to get on equal terms with Captain America in a street alley because some of the things he has won't affect Captain America, like anything that would mess with his senses or something like that, but loud light and like sonic stuff would intensify in here. I think those things will allow Batman to get the upper edge in an alleyway, but even having the upper edge, I mean, he would win more than not, but it would be pretty close. He would probably be the victor like 60% of the time, maybe inside of an alleyway. That's just because once he does get close in to actually take Cap out after he does this, Cap still hits really hard and he's really trained. And once he gets hit with some of that stuff, he's going to know that's what he's doing, and he's going to try to take that option away from Batman.
See, I don't go 60%. I think it's more than that. I think this is Batman's turf.
It is.
Yeah, because you got, you can drop down from
And he's got the cover of smoke.
Yeah,
And
because
once
the
you
alleyway is
smoke,
going to
yes,
hold
it's
some
going to
smoke.
hold smoke.
It
And what's
would,
it going
but-
to do? It's going to funnel up.
And he can see through the smoke because
Yes.
of the lenses in his cowl.
Yeah, but Cap can
Or Cap
hear
can.
noises inside there. But then again, when
But
he's ringing them and stuff, that would mess him up.
Exactly. And
But it's in the city, too. It's an
Yeah.
alleyway of a city, so you're going to have, probably police sirens.
Yeah,
you're going to have a
people-
bunch of different noises. And to me, Batman's going to pick up on that. That, hey,
Yeah.
he's listening to me. So it's going to be a little bit different. And Batman, being a ninja, is really good at stealth. He's got Captain America to beat in that department.
he does. But Captain America, Black Panther can't even sneak up on him, and he's kind of like Batman in the jungle.
Yeah, but usually when do you ever see that taking place in like an alleyway?
Yeah. Then again, it's in the alleyway.
I mean, that's the whole reason why we wanted to discuss
Yeah.
locations in this fight. And I think Batman takes him in an
I mean,
alley.
this
I
is
really
Batman's home turf.
No, I'm not saying he would. He
Yeah.
would. I'm saying he would take him.
I mean, and it's just the fact that you look at all those gadgets, and okay, Batman's going to learn. They're both going to learn from mistakes. But here's the thing: Captain America only has so much he can do in an alley, which also in a way makes his shield really deadly.
Yeah, because he's ricocheting off quick.
But still, you can't ricochet that when there's a lot of smoke.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, talking about the hearing, if he has the ultrasonic bat signal, he just throws the smoke pellets, the bats come in, you hear the screeching.
And it really screws him up, and then he comes in and
Cap
takes him
can't
out.
see anything, and Batman takes him out.
Yeah, and I think literally by the list of locations we got, the alley is Batman's strong point.
I guess you're right. The more thing, like all that going on, it would be compacted in, which would make him a victor more than not.
All right, so we're saying that Batman wins the alleyway?
Yes.
If we're all in agreement with that, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So next fight will take place on a rooftop.
So our fight has went from the streets to the alley, and then up the alley to the rooftops.
Oh boy, the rooftop. Now this is where things get interesting because up there you got air up higher, so the sound I don't think would be near as bad on a rooftop. They're both got great balance, agility, and martial arts skills. Batman's got the grappling hook in case he falls off. But then again, if Captain America grabs him and falls off the building with him, I don't think he would do that. But if that was the case, then that would be different falling. Because,
well, even if he's falling with Cap, if he's able to access his grappling gun,
that's what I'm saying.
He can still take both of them from falling like that. I mean,
rooftop is a very interesting battle because I think as long as they're up on the rooftop, Batman don't have a lot of long range weapons, and he can go rooftop to rooftop, but so can Cap. Cap's quicker than him. So I think eventually it would wind up where they would get in close melee combat, and that's where Batman can't beat Captain America at. So I think Captain America wins on a rooftop.
I lean towards that but
I'm not, that might be the closest there is as far as like down the middle, 50-50, is on a rooftop.
Well, like you said, and here's the thing: on top, even with smoke, you got wind factor.
yeah, because you're higher up.
But what you had said though about rooftops, depending on what that distance is, and even that, okay, let's just say he's got the grappling hook and he's shooting across the building. How the shield could it cut the cable from the grappling hook? Because that puts Batman in a very bad spot.
Yeah, because he's falling.
Because he's falling, and if he doesn't have a backup or any way to soften the blow, depending on how high up he is, that's going to spell doom for him.
Yeah,
I never thought of that.
Yeah, no, he's breaking more bones.
Yeah.
He's done.
Well, the power armor.
So,
he's got power armor. I mean,
but like I said, depending on the fall, how high they are. I mean, even depending on how high they're up, Captain America wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, jumping out of planes, so I don't imagine.
But not from really high, though. The feat that I've
Empire
seen.
State Building or something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
would. I think it's going to kill him.
It's 2,000 feet is his limit. I mean, that's what I read.
2,000 or 200?
2,000 feet.
Because I know for sure it's been 200 at one time.
I mean, we've seen him jump out of planes with just a shield.
But that's him landing.
That makes a big difference because he can absorb it with the shield.
And that's him landing on the ground and rolling into it. He knows he's jumping off, but if he's getting knocked off a building, that's different.
So let's say it's like the Empire State Building.
And you know this is a fight he's not going to throw the shield in.
Right.
Because he's on the rooftop.
What if Batman's able to get the shield away from Cap with the grappling hook and then knock Cap off the building?
Okay. Well, in that scenario, he shoots the grappling hook. The grappling hook is going to have to grab the edge. So he can't grab it straight on.
Right.
So, I mean, he's going to have to really time that out.
Well, now sometimes the grappling hook is also like
magnetic.
It like pierces,
but
then from behind it. But could it pierce the shield?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. Whatever he's going to have to do to take the shield is going to be precise.
And then how much torque is on that line?
The pull. Because think about it. When he grabs and it locks and it has that tension, that's a two-way street, and he's fighting a stronger man.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, he could pull and then bash him with the shield. He's done that stuff before.
Right.
So, I mean, to me, on a rooftop is pretty heavily Captain America's favor.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I agree with that.
So, and a lot of that has to do with the durability factor.
Yeah.
Because if they take a fall, he's going to survive more damage than Batman would.
Right. Well, plus Captain America's not getting fatigued, and while Batman can go a long time, eventually he's gonna get fatigued.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, jumping roof to roof, where Cap is not gonna feel that fatigue.
No.
So. There's that.
And it takes less for him to jump like that too.
Okay. So we seem like we're siding real Captain America. You said it was almost like a 50-50 for you.
If they're on one rooftop, that's why I'm like, I think it's 50-50. But now that I hear your story and I'm starting to think, Batman would try to still use mobility. So if he's jumping rooftop to rooftop, this fight would go way different. It'd be Captain America's favor big time at that point. So I'm kind of agreeing with y'all that if he's going from rooftop to rooftop, not just on a rooftop, then Captain America wins hands down. But if they're on just one rooftop, he would do good for a little while because he wouldn't get as tired. But he would still lose once they got into melee. So overall, I still think Cap on this one wins.
All right. All right. So now we're going to talk. What if they were fighting in the jungle?
Wow, jungle is a very interesting. I don't know how many jungles Batman's been in. I'm sure he's been in jungles because he's got.
Yeah.
He's got poison and all these different things before. But Captain America's also been in a lot of jungle. Captain America's history, he's fought Black Panther a few times in a jungle. And Black Panther in a jungle, actually, I mean, Cap can beat him, but he gives Cap some trouble. And he actually beat him once before in a jungle. And I'm just using an example, but that's his domain. Batman in a jungle, it ain't a city street, so I don't know if he would know what trees would hold him, what trees would be able to, support a grappling hook shot. All those things going on. There is a lot of noise in the jungle, but there ain't nothing to ricochet anything off of. You're still more in open air.
I mean, they got trees.
Yeah, they got trees. His stealth would become big in the jungle. I still think if you made me pick in a jungle, I think Captain America wins this. Just because it's not compacted. I think it has to be compacted for Batman to have an advantage.
Well, the jungle pretty thick.
It is thick, but it's wide.
And we're also talking about, like, some of those trees are, like, big as skyscrapers.
They are big, and I guess it's being thick.
It's according to how deep you are into, like, if it's like a rainforest type. I mean, those trees.
I think we meant, like, real thick top of the jungle.
I guess it matters, like, in the jungle, are they fighting in the jungle with a waterfall, or in the jungle with mountains on it?
I was thinking more like jungle, like thick jungle brush, trees.
It's thick jungle brush and trees and all that stuff, I think Cap still wins. But if we're talking like other things that that Batman would just have on him, like water breathing things and stuff like that, that'd be different if it was on a waterfall. But just in the jungle, I think just because Captain America's experience fighting Black Panther and learning how to be surprised inside that jungle like that would help him to Batman, help him go against Batman in this particular incident. I think that Captain America wins this as well.
Okay, well, what if there was, just say a river? Just say this was the Amazon.
Oh, if there's a river and there was water and there was also water involved, Batman's smart enough, and if they get in the water, he has the rebreather, he has things that electrocute and it intensifies in the river, and he carries a metal shield. I think if there's a river, I think my opinion sways. I think Batman can maybe beat him inside that.
But now we're also talking morals.
Yeah, morals too.
So
he wouldn't kill him.
Is Batman going to take like 3, electrically charged batarangs and toss them in there with Cap to take him out?
To neutralize him, sure. I can
I see him doing that.
But would it neutralize or kill him? Would Batman know that he would just neutralize him?
I'm sure he would, because you got to think he's dealt with Killer Croc in the sewers enough.
Right.
To know what would neutralize somebody.
Yeah.
And what would kill him.
Yeah, what would kill him. And I think he would compare Fight Cat to like Bane and Killer Croc. Superhuman level guys. Yeah. So, what do you think? Because I got something I don't think either one of you guys are thinking about. I think you'll find it interesting.
I think it's a hard call. I mean, I think it really depends. If there is a river like the Amazon, I think Batman might, with the electrical batarangs, have a way to disable Cap.
Okay, so when we do these locations, should we add by a river to this jungle?
I think so. Just because, it makes a big...
Put that down, make sure we get
to me, it makes a big sway in the battle.
To me, I don't think Batman needs a river to win. Because, here's the thing. Batman is big on guys like Houdini and whatnot.
Yeah.
So but also you add that to being really good at stealth because, for one, you look at their suits. Captain America stick out like a sore thumb.
He does.
Now, Batman, being a master escape artist, and he's big into like Houdini and stuff. To me, he's going to throw his location away. He'd be like, hey, I'm going to make you think I'm over here.
Yeah.
because he's shown ventriloquism before. Ventriloquism.
Yeah.
So if you're throwing your voice and your sound, even with super hearing, you're still gonna know it's in that location. And at that time, also, Batman's gonna be setting up traps. He's done stuff like that before. This is the one time where you could say that none of our fights are dealing with prep. We're not talking about that unless we're going to mention it. This is a fight where Batman could drag this out for himself and literally give himself prep time without having prep time.
You can almost
frustrate Captain America because he's got such a dense area to hide in. Throw his sound and his location off. It could literally bait him into a trap because he doesn't have to carry anything on him to make a trap. He's got enough stuff around him to build traps.
Yeah, how the thing would be then, how long will Batman bait around Captain America?
As long as he needs to.
Before his exhaustion kicks in, you're in a jungle. It's probably 100 degrees in there. You're sweating your balls off, and Captain America don't affect him.
I'm pretty sure Batman's suit is built for stuff like that. I'm sure his suit
probably got that stuff in it.
But also, if it's nighttime, it gets pretty cold.
I mean, so, I think Batman is more equipped for this. And this is for more of a skill thing. It has nothing to do with his physical attributes or what he's carrying on him. It's just that he's got time to create prep time in an area like
How much time did Cap spend in the jungle, during the wars and stuff?
Well, exactly. I mean, not even in War II, there's no jungle.
Well, just like, how many times, through his career did he go through a jungle?
Yeah, and that's more of a Batman. Yeah. Batman's probably been around more. So that's what I'm saying. Even if you want to add a river, that even, to me, plays more into what he could do. Because literally, he could set a trap for himself, bait Captain America in water, and surely his suits, he doesn't get electrocuted when he
Right.
So he can literally get Captain America in water and electrocute him and not phase him at all. So to me, this is clearly 100% Batman.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you look at it that way, because, man, he's into Houdini and guys like that. And he would literally try to throw his sound off in an area like this. Because literally, this is a hunter-prey thing, and where Captain America probably thinks he's a hunter, he's probably wrong in this situation.
Yeah, overall, if the fight drug out, it would be a Batman. Now, if they got into it, like, right off the bat,
it's
close
different.
quarters in a jungle with thick skin, like he was able to get a hold of, I mean, that's different. But it probably would drag out. And if it drug out, the longer it went, the better Batman would have.
Okay, so say we said the first thing when we talk about City Streets, 100 feet.
Yeah.
First thing Batman would probably do, I would think, in an area like that, smoke the whole area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To give himself some room.
He would. I guess if going like that, I mean, if it went on, it would swing in Batman's favor. But so I guess if the combat went that way, there's water and stuff, Batman would probably win. I would switch my vote. Now, if it's straight up in, like, right off the bat, they run into each other in a jungle, that's different.
No, but like I said, they we're not going to be like, it's not me and you this close. I mean, there's some distance. I mean, you play a fighting game, there's always distance. Yeah. So should we, in our first episode, go to the thing, it's always 100-foot distance near the start of the battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Down. So, moving on to the next one.
Alright, so the next one is going to be an open area. So, think either like an arena or even a field or a park.
I would say a flat field, open area.
Flat area.
Like baseball?
Yeah, there you go.
Or a soccer field?
Yeah.
Flat?
No walls or nothing, just a bright, wide open.
When we go flat field, I flip basically what you did in the jungle. Captain America wins 100% of the time on a flat field.
I believe that too.
There's nothing he can use his gadgets with. Or, he throws smoke pellets, who cares? He can just run over there. It's, a field all around. Flat surface.
Yeah.
So it would absolutely come down to when he got in. He would have to get in close to hit him with stuff, and that's not where he wants to be. Plus, with that much room, that gives room for Captain America to use his speed to just dart in there, 60 miles an hour. Batman
Nothing in his way.
React to every one of those. He's eventually going to get clogged.
I agree.
Yeah, it's because he'll get fatigued.
Yep.
Eventually from dodging.
Yeah, I have nothing for this because I honestly think it's 100% Captain America.
Yeah, that's Captain America.
Because eventually, Batman's going to run out of gadgets before Captain America runs out of stamina.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that shield don't run out of nothing.
It does not.
Not even American Pride. Hell Hydra.
What else we got there? Is that it?
Alright, so the last fight,
Okay.
a sewer.
Whoa.
This should have been the fourth one.
Yeah.
City streets, alley, rooftop, sewer.
In a sewer, I'm thinking of Batman fights Killer Croc in the sewer. The sewer also is close quarters. The sewer has water in it. The sewer has smells in it. The sewer has the voices and the noises coming from up front. All those things give Batman the advantage in a sewer fight. I think Batman can beat. This is where I think he's most dominant, not the jungle and the sewer.
Even methane gas could play into this because you gotta think the waste in there decomposing to create methane gas. Cap tries to throw a shield. Batman sees it, dodges into the side tunnel. Shield hits the wall, sparks, boom, explosion.
But depending on how far the methane goes, that would catch him too. And I don't think an explosion of methane would slow Captain America down. He survived an explosion from Gambit, close quarters. Like literally grabbed him by the chest.
But how much methane's in the tunnel?
Well, that's just part of that.
That all comes down.
I'm not saying it would take him out.
Yeah.
But it might give Batman time to formulate something.
Yeah,
well, that's true. But who says Captain America don't play possum either?
That's true.
You play downtime up in the tunnel.
But even if he gets knocked back into the water, once again he's hit for electrical shock.
That's true.
But
see, this is where I'm torn on that because we're in a sewer fight. There's only one thing Captain America's going to do, straightforward. Now my question is, what's Batman going to do? What is he capable of doing before Captain America closes that distance?
Well, not a lot.
Literally, say he throws up smoke. Captain America's got no choice but to run straight through it. And it depends on what's behind Batman. Does he have side tunnels? Because if he does, Captain America's already going to see that once fight starts.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to assume these...
Wait a minute. Is there light?
That's what I was just about to say. Is there a light in the sewer?
If there's no light...
I would assume that there is, because that would just be a straight-up disadvantage.
But are most sewers lit?
Some of them do, yeah.
Some of them are, but...
They got some a little light in it.
Yeah.
But man, starting 100 feet apart in a sewer tunnel.
Just think about it.
I never thought about the ground.
But Batman's going to have some kind of probably tech that he can take the lights out.
Well, that's true, but does it carry that on him, though, in general? That's our thing, is it in general?
Well, I'm thinking... If he has access,
so what would it matter?
He has access to the vac computer.
That
he
would
can
shut
use
off
that.
The city grid.
He can shut off that part of the electrical grid.
That's true.
And then it throws Cap in the dark.
They start fighting. He says that in the grid, but how quick can he get the lights to shut off
before Cap
covers a 60 mile an hour?
Because this is a secret.
The back computer is way faster than any hacker, and hackers can do it like that.
Well, I'm just wondering, as soon as he says that,
hacker.
I'm talking about when Batman says that.
Yeah, but his is voice controlled.
Is he going to get hit? Is he going to be able to get that all the way through?
Right, before the back computer is so advanced, though, it can just hack it automatically without even Batman. Batman would just tell it to do it.
So basically, we're going the command of technology versus the speed of Captain America.
Yeah.
Okay, how fast do you think Captain America can cover 100 foot in? Because he's going to reach his top speed in probably 10 steps.
He can move up to 60 mile an hour. He covers a mile at 50 miles an hour in 73 seconds. So I think him covering a 100 feet, I think he would be able to do that in a second and a half.
Oh,
it's gonna happen fast.
And you know what's really scary? Even if he runs at him, what if he throws that shield?
Right.
So that's something that's something that Batman's got to think about too. He's going to have to worry about that shield coming at him also. Because who says Captain America isn't throwing it thinking that Batman's going to dodge it? Because that's what he usually does. Right. And we're not playing up like these fights have been continuing on. This is a straight up new fight.
Yeah.
He's going to throw it. If Batman dodges it, what's it going to do? He's going to make it come back at him. That's what he usually does. That's his go-to tactic where he throws that.
When I first started talking about this, I'm a flip-flopper. I was like, well, Batman, it's in the sewer, it's in the ground.
Bandwagon jumper.
But now when you start saying stuff like that, you're like, wait a minute, he is in his element, but Captain America, also having now you're not in a block, you're in a square tube.
Yeah, you're in
there
a
ain't nowhere, you're so you turn left and right in.
It's a straightforward fight.
But his shield would be insane in there, and his speed might be able to get to Batman before he can shut them lights off. And even once he gets them shut off, he's already within... grabbing range, it still might be too late.
Because think about it, if he runs, he throws the shield, even in the beginning, that shield is going to reach you faster than what he is, just because of the force he's going to throw it at. And then it's going to be ricocheting around, and even when it comes back to him, if he hasn't tagged you, he's still going to throw it to throw you off your game.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying, in an alley, if Batman didn't have any smoke or anything like that, that's what he would be up against. But he's not, because he literally has the advantage of smoke in an alley. And even in this, smoke, Batman can hear, he can see the shield, but he's still going to have to worry about Captain America running after him.
So after rethinking my answer, I just because they're 100 feet apart, and that's what we're going to do.
That's what makes it different in this fight.
It makes it different. Captain
If
America
it was further, it would be different.
He would get to him before he can start doing stuff, as far as like communicate with do all the sewer stuff. Captain America might murder him in there, unless he got away. Now then, that's different.
But still, he's got to worry about the shield behind him,
But
in front of him.
What if? And now this is like a little different. But I was thinking about it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
You sound like me.
But what if he had Oracle on the computer to tell her to hack the electrical grid? Would he be able to stay away from Cap long enough for the lights to go out to use night vision to get the advantage?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, though. He's still got to talk.
Right. But I mean, it'd just be like Oracle, hack the grid.
But see, think about it. When you're hacking the grid, does that not give Captain America pause? Like, hold up. What's he doing? I mean, he's going to react to that. That's what I'm saying. Does he?
Right, but it doesn't have night vision. So if Batman can stay away from Captain long enough for the lights to go out,
yeah, it makes
it
it different. That's true.
And it changes
it
the whole thing.
It is. But I mean, also Batman is a master of being silent. He is.
Right.
So I mean, like I said, that's the only way I see him winning. But what's faster? Him saying, "Oracle, shut off the lights." Is he going to be able to say that before Captain America gets to him?
Captain's running really fast.
Exactly. And
So,
and I would think that, okay, think about running sprints in gym. I mean, okay, 96 feet, playing basketball, I could probably run to the other side of the gym in maybe 6 seconds.
And Captain America is 10 times faster
And he's
than
way faster than I am.
So he's gonna
He ran a mile in
that. 73 seconds.
73 seconds. In high school, I ran a mile in 4 minutes and 3 seconds. So, I mean,
he's gonna be there quick.
He's gonna be there really fast. He's gonna be up in his grill.
I mean,
Like second and a half. I mean,
To me, this would be worse than fighting in an open area against Captain
right.
America.
Yeah.
But Batman is able to stay away from, like Killer Croc.
But those guys are
not
not
as
as
fast as Cap.
See, that's one thing
Yeah.
people don't realize about Batman is he fights common criminal thugs, Joker, Two-Face, Riddler, Penguin. He doesn't really fight a lot of guys that give him a physical battle. But then when you get to
Clayface,
well that's more of a tactical battle.
Yeah.
Then you fight guys like Bane and Killer Croc, which he can outthink Killer Croc. He's a dummy.
Yeah, but Bane is
Bane's as intelligent and a better fighter than him. But the thing is, depending on what type of venom he's on and the dosage,
it makes him.
Yeah, I mean literally.
Unstable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's what people don't realize is, you watch Batman fight all these guys like Doomsday and stuff like that, but he's prepared for that.
Right.
I mean, it makes a big difference when he's prepared. And in a situation like this, we're saying that it's not. There's just a straight up fight with what they carry in general.
Yeah.
And in the situation, Captain America, to me, he holds that shield and he runs forward. He sees Batman pedaling backwards, he throws that shield to keep him close.
But does Batman have any? Because we know that the super soldier serum makes him immune to toxins, stuff like that. Does Batman have anything that would be able to?
It's immune to regular.
To even just slow him down.
He's immune to like regular toxins that they would use like on army people and stuff, like mustard gas and all that kind of crap.
So what if he has like some kind of toxin that would like immobilize you, like paralyze?
But that's the thing if he carries that on his.
What I'm thinking is Batman carries.
Yeah.
I think he carries stuff.
Yeah, that's not gonna work on.
I believe he's carrying regular stuff unless he knows he's fighting a superpower.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So I think Cap wins it. I think Cap's just faster.
I do. I think this is where this fight is probably where his physical abilities come into play more than anything. It's literally his speed. It wouldn't matter his strength. It's just the fact that he's going to be able to catch up to him. Don't get me wrong. When he starts, Batman's going to react, but it's the fact that he's already in his grill.
Yeah.
And when he's in Batman's face, Batman, sure, he probably held his own for a while, but eventually he's going to wear down, and when he starts taking shots, it's going to hurt him.
Yeah.
So, and then in an up-close fight, Cap's just going to wear him down.
Yeah, so Cap wins it.
There we go.
Cap wins it?
Yeah.
All right, so pretty much, I'd say it looks like we're leaning maybe 60-40 on this Captain America.
Yeah,
that'd be my
kind
take.
of looks like.
Cap's got 4 wins to Batman's 2.
So, So yeah, that's about a 60-40 split.
Yeah.
Maybe 70-30.
It's around where I would think it would be. He would 60-70% of the time Captain America's probably going to win.
And even to me, even if you're doing a fight where it's like, oh, let's just do 1 out of 10, and they know what they know from each other, I still think that maybe I would think maybe that would lean more towards Batman, just gadget wise.
It would.
Yeah,
then
if there's prep involved.
Oh, if there's prep involved.
Batman.
Well, people say that.
You
but
start
man,
saying
you think
that,
of that.
but Captain
Shield.
Strategist.
Shield. He's got shield.
He's
tech.
got shield, and they're going to be like, you got to get that belt off him. If they fought 10 times when he touched it and it shocked him the first time, he would know he needs to throw a device like he hit Tony with and depower his armor. I mean, he's got all kinds of crap like that.
Yeah, think about it. Okay,
Batman can just call in Superman and.
Well,
Then he's gonna call it. Then he's gonna call it. He's gonna call him Thor.
Yeah, I mean.
with prep, it equals it up a little bit, but I would still say, even after you equal it, Cap is still the victor more than not. But Batman can beat him, especially in close quarters with prep, big time. But that's only one or two aspects of wherever all the places they can throw down.
You know, we're not covering every scenario battleground.
No, we're not.
You know, these are just the six we're starting out with, kind of like street level characters that we're talking. When we get to guys like Hulk and Superman, it'll be a totally different set. Yeah, because these aren't meant for those guys. Maybe a city, sure, but you're looking at the whole of a city, just not a city street.
Right.
So kind of take that in mind as you watch this. You know, this is kind of like the setup we're starting out with, street level heroes and stuff. And, you know, and if you've got an idea for one, like, hey, well, what if they fought in this? Shoot us to it.
Yeah.
We'll answer it. There's no reason why we can't find a whole other set of battlegrounds and redo this.
Yeah.
And that's the point of how we're doing this, because it's always a possibility this is always going to come up again.
I think
So
that's
is that about it for you guys?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to throw in?
I think that's pretty much it.
So, we're the Villains Band. This is our first episode of Crossover Collision and JVD.
Living the Great.
Bearded Wonder.
Keep reading, guys.